Everybody, welcome on back to the TI8 Qualifiers here. It's CIS Qualifier action. We're in the playoffs, lower bracket action, Team Spirit versus Double Dimension. And we are going into game number 2. Purge and Lakosh joining me here.
No, you're joining us.
Yeah,
we were doing this.
This is our
before.
cast. We're just letting you control the
You
camera.
didn't even let me finish.
That's all.
Official casters of this one, I'm simply here to welcome you into the game. Maybe do a plug and send you on your way.
And maybe do the play-by-play this game.
Yeah, well, don't worry, because now we've brought you into the masses. You guys probably had a pitiful few viewers at Beyond the Summit 2.
That's true.
So probably a lot of new eyes here as the draft unfolds and we hop into it now. Can you guys give us like kind of a TLDR of what happened in game number 1?
There was
the exact same thing happened. This is almost a replay of the previous game. We have 5 out of 5 picks. You go, Purge.
So there was he's not kidding. These are the same picks. On the difference is we do have a Visage ban. There was basically a Visage mid for Team Spirit, and the Celestrak support ganked like twice, once with an Invis, once another time. Got some kills on the enemy DP, then DP had no farm, and then they just kind of like death pushed, and it was like a 18-minute mid racks, and then like a 25-minute bot racks, and then they tried to get Roche while behind. They lost, and they instantly called GG. So they had like a PA. They tried to go Battle Fury against a Phantom Lancer, and they didn't even get to that point. It was like didn't happen, unfortunately. So
I like what they have in this game. Gyrocopter, that would have been a better pick in the previous game as well.
Turn the drums up. I want that.
10 seconds.
I want the drums at the
the
max limit.
Because Gyro is a fighter early on. He's really active with the TP rotation. He can do so much more and pressure the tower, unlike PA. And he gives you a better team fight as well.
He doesn't have to farm a 4,000 gold item just to farm another item, too. It's kind of nice.
Gotta say, FNG's Warlock was pretty good, the positioning in that first game.
Yeah, we didn't talk enough about Upheaval. Although I do really wish he had the hand cosmetic, because then it'd be these little creepy hands going like
is
this
that
the
the
whole time.
one with the...
Yeah.
I have that one. That one's cool. That one's cool. I didn't know it actually changes the upheaval.
I would argue... Oh, yeah, it does. They have the little hands come... Otherwise, it's like... It looked really boring. It's been a long time since I saw somebody use Upheaval and not have that Immortal. And it was like this just little disc of slow, kind of.
Yeah,
and
apparently,
it was just
like,
boring.
if you look at it, there's supposed to be like a giant skull or something like that. I remember that being like a Reddit post a while back, like, I never noticed there was a giant skull in the upheaval. And everyone's like, wait, what? Sure enough, there is.
It was really disappointing when I saw it last game. Like, they were great Upheavals, but... it's probably like a pay-to-lose kind of a thing. It's like harder to notice that I'm standing upheaval kind of a thing, rather than these little ghost hands are touching me.
Same goes for that like Pugna Ward cosmetic. Like,
Yeah.
they get more obnoxious. You're like, what the hell's that thing? Well, certainly not friendly. Let's kill it.
Yep.
Whereas before they may have ignored it. Slark comes out now for Spirit.
A good Slark game. He can get pretty much out of everything what Double Dimension has to offer as a counter to Slark. So they need some AoE. Probably they're gonna ban out Faceless Void. I think that it's gonna be a great ban. One of the better heroes against the Slark, gives them good setup with Naga Siren and Jakiro. Even though they would have to lane Gyrocopter mid, which is still doable, not the best, but they need a counter for a Slark.
I just feel like they got almost nothing out of their Naga Jakiro last game. It felt very useless. It's like they were behind in levels. The laning stage just went okay. Their rotations were not nearly as good. And then in it just felt like they never got into the game. Maybe just level reasons, but I don't know. I guess after watching that game, I don't feel very confident seeing the heroes. But it's probably just the team and not the heroes.
No big macropiers, bruh. You can check
Not
out.
really.
Where is that from? Is there a clip about it?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like some bad commercial. I don't know what it was for.
ESL tournaments.
Oh, yeah, that explains it. Very just like, whoa, bro, check out that
It was a really
macropier,
good match.
bruh.
Like, it's a great clip.
It's just like the dude was just blazed out of his mind, like, whoa, bro, that's the biggest macropier.
And the guy doing it is just like deadpan playing, just like, I happen to have an egg scepter on. It's like literally he has eggs on Jakiro. He hits level 25, and then there's a beautiful macropire opportunity. It was like perfect. He's like pure damage macropire, full duration, ice path. That was great.
We just need Toby casting it, that's all.
That's true.
Not
This random
some guy from Dude, Where's My Car?
Some guy that's so excited that he opened voice chats for it because he thought it was really
Final ban on the Lina. Fearing the burst, fearing the potential bad matchup in the mid lane that could be there. And hey, that Faceless Void that you said was going to be so good against the Slark.
Yeah, they might go
Gets
for.
banned.
I think Ember Spirit is really good for both teams, and I just love Ember Spirit, and I love to watch people play Ember. I'm not a Ember player, so kind of fits both play styles here.
Yeah, Ember is probably my least favorite of the 3 spirits, if I'm being honest with you. But, oh, that's a Zeus.
That's kind of a steal pick against the Slark as well. So the vision coming out for Double Dimension. This is the if you play position 5 in a game, this is the worst thing you can face against. So you have a Slark and Zeus, so your vision game is just gonna be so weak. Even though you have a Beastmaster, Naga Siren Illusions, they go down quickly as
They
well.
also have a Night Stalker.
Yeah.
They're going to see everything.
Yeah, their vision is actually
Nothingness.
out of control.
I really like Zeus against Gyro too. In a lot of cases, like any heavy burst damage when I'm trying to play Gyro is a bad time because as you're approaching the fight and trying to kite and run around, you just start getting blown up. And pre-BKB, it's just really hard to deal with that. Even like Jakiro and Naga feel bad. Like really long cast animations can all be interrupted by Lightning Bolt. I mean, they have great setup with sleep into Ice Path stuff, but if they don't abuse their lanes well, I'm feeling real scared for Double Dimension here in this match.
Yeah. I just hope Double Dimension doesn't fall into a trap, go for something like a TA against the Zeus, then they're gonna have really hard time dealing with Slark.
What if they Storm Spirit? I've heard Storm is kind of good against Zeus. I don't know if that's the case still. But if you hit 6 about the same time, you can definitely solo kill Zeus.
Yeah.
Is Mirana a bad pick here? If you're
Against the Slark, it's kind of suicidal.
suicidal,
Yeah.
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 I think I'm just banking too much on the whole nighttime and the lack of vision, and maybe you can get someone who can actually benefit from that.
I
Not
mean, they
many
can go
options.
for a
Sniper.
Bloodseeker maybe if they want to put a mid, play
like that.
aggressive on the side lanes.
I like that idea. Rupture Slark, Bloodright Warlock maybe, or Zeus. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. They don't have I guess Pounce is good against him, but outside of that, they don't have great disable against the Bloodseeker. Outside of like a nuke into Split Earth.
It's gonna be hard time controlling hero like a Bloodseeker.
Surely he's dangerous to lane against Zeus at some point, though. Like by the time they both hit 6,
That's a
they
good
do
call.
storm it.
Nice. Good call there. Storm Spirit comes out. Still feeling pretty good for Spirit. I mean, I don't know if the Storm Spirit is... I mean, it was a call made, but I don't know if that was like a saving grace kind of a pick.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, this might work kind of a thing.
Well,
Not like now they
kind
have
of
the
like
upper
it.
hand.
I mean, their other 4 heroes, I feel like they can fight often. And Storm as a core, yes, he's farmer light, but he can show up to those fights, I feel like. So as long as they're like you can do gank rotations kind of, and then maybe get back to farming afterwards, I think there's a possibility. And the other benefit is that one thing Spirit cannot do is hit towers. They really messed up their draft in that sense. So
The
maybe they can
Golem
buy time.
is an Edict, but that's, your reach as a support Lesh in this game too.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
You're right. Tower game is not going to be the best, so...
Whenever I see Warlock and Slark, it feels like you want to play 2 different styles. Warlock wants to group as 5 because the hero doesn't provide anything besides good laning stage and a team fight. You can't gank, you don't farm jungle, and Slark is a pick-off hero, so he wants to be the one just trying to look for the skirmishes that are pretty chaotic.
That's why I got up Evil Dude. He's just going to make them all slow and give Slark two leashes, basically.
It's going to be interesting to see Illidan play the Slark. We got to witness him play a couple of CK games earlier. He's pretty good at the farming and being reserved, but Slark, you got to be a little bloodthirsty. And I have vague memories of Illidan when he plays bloodthirsty, he plays real crazy. Like, he'll do some crazy
You
stuff.
don't know
and you're
what
like,
he's gonna
Illidan,
do.
Illidan, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? So this is going to be an exciting one. Let's see if Double Dimension can keep their TI dreams alive, or if Spirit are going to take this match point and move on to the next round.
They're moving out, looking for some first blooding. Maybe gonna go for a smoke, perhaps.
They have one on Naga.
And they do use one on Spirit to get out of the base as fast as possible. Trying to make sure that this can't happen for them. But they're going to have to do a net into dual breath into missile, so it's certainly possible if they can catch Slark initially. Ooh, a little bit late.
Just a little tickle. And he'll jump gladly away. So they're in the neighborhood now. They got wards they're going to affix on the ground and have Spirit try to guess where they are. But looking like it's going to be 2 runes apiece here, as Spirit have total control of the upper half of the map. Double Dimension may slide away with a couple of bounties here at the bottom.
I want to see the mid matchup. Zeus got buffed, so he's sitting at 65 right-click damage against Storm, who has 61 at this point. So his attack animation is pretty decent on Zeus as well.
Do it again. Man. Stay, son of a gun. Alright, and away they go here. King R still waddling in pretty deep here. I'm curious if they're setting up an aggro lane here. No, Cheshire Cat. Going to be joined by Vanscore, it looks like. But Naga's still hanging around.
Guess Gyro's heading top, I suppose. I assume Naga will do the same. It's going to be a little bit late. Maybe would have teleported, but then if they die later, then it's awful. So
Yeah, that walk of shame, or slither of shame, rather.
without boots, man, that's a bad time.
Yep. And away we go here through the laning phase. Storm's going to have to deal with that early bit of lightning bolt harassment. He's got
Nice.
remnants to share.
2 last hits with 1 remnant. It's the nicest thing about Storm in a lot of ways. G also went for lightning bolt, not arc lightning, so he can't last hit and harass. So maybe it's a bit of a disadvantage there, but better for harassment.
Yeah, Lightning Bolt level 1 is so much better than it was before.
It did just get nerfed though. It used to be 75 mana for 125
Now
damage.
it's 90,
90s,
yeah.
But
Cast range and damage.
Yeah.
It's 125 per hit.
He's got a clarity and a mango.
that is pretty crazy actually.
KC does chunk through quite a bit of Thunderbolt action there.
I think they set up lanes really well for Team Spirit. Bottom lane, Night Stalker's not gonna be active anyways until the night falls, so the first couple of minutes he's gonna just be tanking the damage with the Warlock behind him, so kind of a sustain lane, and the top lane they can get easy kills. But here we go.
Yep, rolling on in, looking to get a hold of King R here. Now Kuman has to step inside with the Rocket Barrage, does fend off the pressure of Spirit. They're going to be fine, but levels are coming together. People are starting to feel frisky here and seeing if they can get a couple of jabs in and find some openings. Like this one here. Torching up the Night Stalker a bit. He's got some solo time in the lane here. He does need to get some burst of XP if he wants to make any sort of impression when Nightfall does come. And for our mid lane matchup, the Storm is inching ahead bit by bit, 13 to the 8 now of the Zeus. Pounce onto
huge
Kuman
catch.
here. King R needs to turn back the other way. He still only has the Riptide, has reserved the point.
Wow.
Not going to be investing it into anything. Just puts it into Ensnare, but at this point, they've already killed the Gyro. Now they're going to be looking to go at the Naga, but she's able to slide through the trees. Unfortunate, though, costing them their Gyro's life.
I thought they're gonna mess up because Lash used Lightning Storm first instead of a stun, and then Rocket hit him in the head, so
Yeah.
he couldn't use the stun, but it was just enough, barely enough to
Yeah.
get the kill.
Must have been the essence shift basically, because
Yeah.
I really did not expect Gyro to die there, but did just enough damage.
Oh, he had a Fairy Fire on Gyro. I'm pretty sure that he didn't buy Fairy Fire when he came back to the lane.
He either forgot about it or did the math a bit wrong there. King R now going to be the next
Jeez.
victim on this one. Just immediate jump, catch of Illidan, and burst.
A little bit predictable, I thought. I think I would have tried to dodge south there, because it seemed like an obvious pounce, like full creep wave, both enemy heroes. He jukes a little bit late and he gets pounced there, so easy kill at that point. But this is like the most successful Slark lane I've seen in a long time for 3 minutes. Like they feel like a dual off lane is what it feels
Yeah.
like, but it shouldn't be this one-sided.
That's why I mentioned the lane setup for them is really, really good. A lot of kill potential on the top lane, better matchup, and the bottom lane is doing all right. Yes, Beastmaster is gonna get the farm. Nighttime is in 10 seconds. They're trying to play aggressive before he gets that extra movement speed.
Couldn't quite get the catch there of the dual breath. And now FNG returns as they try to burst through the rest of the wave. He'll help fend them off a bit. He's still only level 2. And there's our Nightfall now. So Phobos is going to be enabled a bit, but we'll have to see if he's had enough nourishment in the laning phase to be able to make some big plays or not.
Well, I mean, with the way Gyro's lane is going, I think they're just happy with how this all is, because keep Gyro down, give Slark a really good time. If he gets a fast Shadow Blade, then he can start killing Jakiro and Naga repeatedly. I mean, I guess Storm isn't going to have to worry as much about that, but...
Storm Spirit got bullied out of the lane by Zeus. He picked up, I think, the second rune with the bottle.
Yeah, it might just be more that he's spamming a lot. Like, if you're against a Zeus, and he's got way more last hits than Zeus does. Like, you could say bullied, yes, but I imagine it's more tactically used, I guess. Like, spend all your mana, get pushed to the lane, and then go back to base while the Zeus is trying to catch up. Because it's not like you have to worry about the Zeus damaging the tower or other things like that. And Zeus is going to farm anyways, more or less, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Runes, a lot of them going to get grabbed in from Radiant, looks like.
I think Zeus should
Damn,
get
4 of them.
Raindrop against the Storm Spirit, so
I like that.
he's going to be able to live.
While they
Magic Wand
split
picked
out
up.
for the runes, they try to make a jump on the Illidan, but it's not going to be happening.
Illidan has a flask in his backpack. Level 4.5. Once he hits level 6, it's going to be so much easier for him to play this lane, and they're already ahead of them on the top lane. Night Stalker, he's not going to rotate. They're just fine with this. Lanes are doing well. Once the Night Stalker hits level 4 with the nighttime.
Oh, they get to Gyro again, this time with the assistance of that Zeus as he hits that level 6. They're also going to get hold of King
and the
R.
bottom lane as well.
Well, thank you, sir. Jump down that way. Phobos in a little bit of trouble, but he's happy to turn and trade. Pops off the Void. FNG then steps in. Fatal Bonds are already out. They try to kite them and dance with them back and forth, but they're going to be fighting into the creep wave a bit. Still thirsty for it, though. They are going to get fan score down.
Ooh, the
they lose
raindrop.
FNG.
Raindrop.
Cheshire Cat manages to bully him back, but
That was huge. I thought for sure that he was going to get that double kill, but the raindrop absolutely saving his life.
Now, he already popped 1 or 2 charges on the Raindrop before, so he realized that Jakiro doesn't have one and just goes for him.
Man, it's such a good benefit for Zeus in this situation. I mean, you're talking about, like, Bloodseeker being great for these dual lanes the other day, but Zeus was amazing there. Like, level 1 Zeus ulti's not a lot of damage, but here is so good.
our first ultimate jump in from the Storm Spirit with the assistance from King R. Can they get what they want? Yes, they finally take out the Zeus. Rotations do come. No counterplay, though. They want
Naga
more.
gave him mana.
Yeah,
with
handing
mango.
out the
Play.
mango, and that's going to allow them to get the twofer.
I mean, a DD is incredible there. Otherwise, like, I mean, using just overcharge or whatever, what's it called? Overload?
Yeah.
That's like, what, 40 damage per attack, and a double damage gives them a free 80. Like, such a good rune against Zeus. Like, I'm sure Zeus is just upset that there was a DD rune that spawned in that moment. That's like the worst thing.
Best, or the best.
Or the best,
For a
yeah.
Storm Spirit, even better than the region at that point.
So, big kills there. And Zeus, surprisingly, despite me feeling his impact was huge a second ago, he's 0-1 and 2. Doesn't look good. But he's definitely had a decent game so far. He's helping the other lanes win at least.
And we also saw that Gyrocopter takedown, or Gyrocopter get the takedown in the top lane. As Illidan's also going to be dropped, so some forgiving money going to be swung back the way of Double Dimension off that. You could see just a little dip back. So Spear going to have to fight a little bit more if they want to maintain control of this game. Because Storm could be at a point where he's going to look to get a bit more frisky here. Short on mana as he waits out for the 8-minute rune.
Ah, that hurts.
And it's going to be an Arcane bottom.
You would have liked that. Arcane for Zeus. Both. I mean, that's a great rune for both heroes. Zeus will be very happy with that. He's got his ultimate ready. Maybe do a rotation here. He picks up 1 static field as well. Arcanes, yeah, he's going to be bolting a lot. Like, basically, the Storm can't go to the lane for at least like a minute or 2 now.
Yeah, to the jungle I go. And he'll farm up from there.
He's got Shreds already, though, so it'll be fine.
Yep.
This is good for Double Dimension. They devorded 1 OBS, which was about to expire. And the 1 is still standing.
Well, they get some respectable deep vision. Both of it around that mid lane. Curious to see if they're going to make an approach with it or not. It's been a quiet game for our Beastmaster friend. I don't think we've seen a primal roar yet. He's pretty fresh on level 6, just gets his phase boots now, so we'll see if it's going to be something that they want to kind of utilize. Meanwhile, Illidan has shown up to the bottom lane. Him and FNG are going to be hanging here, it looks like, for the meantime.
Yeah, it looks like they just rotated lanes semi-normally, but here comes the smoking.
Yep. Oh, Zeus ulti. And something seems a bit fishy here. Illidan's nearby.
Try to catch a courier, but glyph it.
Nice. And this will be a rotation, unfortunately. It comes up a bit short here for Double Dimension.
It's pretty costly for Gyrocopter. Normally when you do these carry rotations, you want to make sure you rotate and instantly engage and take a good fight, but he's... I feel the need to do this sometimes when I play carry, I guess, because I feel like my lanes are losing, so I need to get on the map and make something happen. But if you miss your ganks, it's so hard. But this is a great target if they can get it.
He's wasting a lot of time here, just waiting and watching around.
Also, Zeus gave them info where they are because they were smoked. They saw 2 heroes missing
Yeah.
on the map.
Oh,
10-minute runes.
Is that invis? Nice! They
What a
wait with
play.
the stun, knowing the Storm's going to be thirsty for it. Unfortunately, they don't have enough follow-up DPS to be able to go for the finish. Meantime, they will get the FNG takedown. Kuman finally rotates from bottom to mid, back to bottom to be able to get some bloodshed.
Okay.
Not too much action happening. Only 10 kills, 10 minutes in. They're just waiting for the next nighttime. They're gonna have darkness in the night. Darkness, sorry, in the 1 second. Oof.
Just a
Ideally,
bit
you
short.
want to pop it at 11:20. Then you're gonna have a nighttime for almost 5 minutes, and you can use it more than 5 minutes because you can use it right away if needed.
Fortunately, they can't quite find where Spirit are. Some narrow opportunities there, but just costing some rotation time now from Double Dimension.
Bit of a loss there by Storm, but it took way too long for him to be the 3rd TP in or whatever. So they do get the tier 1 tower bottom off of the successful Warlock rotation. Net worths are pretty close. I'd say it's probably favoring Double Dimension. I feel like they're top 3 cores that can scale better, whereas a Night Stalker is more utility push based, I guess.
There goes the darkness to get the most efficiency out of it, like you were talking about before, Lacoste. So the ball's in their court. They want to make something out of it. Illidan continues to grind his farm away. Has not queued up an item yet. Wagering Shadowblade or something similar.
A Shadow Blade. I don't see people going for Blink Dagger anymore. Kind of missed those days.
Blink on who?
On Slark.
Ah.
It's been a while
Yeah.
since I saw Blink on Slark.
Void to mid. Jump in now from the Storm, and he just retreats right back out.
Oh, double damage on the bottom for Storm again. He has Kaya finished.
Yep. Picks it up right then and there. But still, a lot of reserve play here. We do have Chaotic offering available now on FNG. I'm awaiting the first drop of the Mighty Rock.
Like the Fatal Bonds max this game. When you're playing as a Zeus, you just need to make sure that the Zeus is going to blow people up. I mean, there's no reason to even mess around with people, for now at least.
Yeah.
A Zeus ulti alone is going to be dealing tons of damage with Fatal.
And you're playing against Storm Spirit, so he can always go on you while you're casting upheaval.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Spirit congregating now to the bottom lane, where there is no tier 1, but maybe they can catch this approach of double damage here. Gyro and Naga hanging out. Naga, though, has that song waiting as like a little bodyguard, if you will. And it looks like they're going to start slithering back. I'm sure a lot of Spirit members are missing from the map, so things are a bit peculiar. But here comes Cheshire Cat through the top lane. Okay, there's our Rock suddenly showing up onto the Beastmaster there. After the Ice Path, he goes promptly for the TP out, and he's gone.
All right, that's not the best execution of a gank that I've seen.
Whoa.
I mean, they kind of had to do it like that. Do the Void follow-up after the Rock, but the Rock also felt early and out of nowhere to me.
Well,
but
if they
no
used
mercy.
Void first, then dropped the Rock, the cooldown could reset on Void.
Okay, like Void, wait like 3 seconds and drop the Rock. It just, I feel like it would have been a hard kill either way. Just maybe a little bit too hopeful. I mean, they're also probably just doing it because they're like, oh, Zeus ult will come out when he gets low enough or something. But Yeah, he just didn't die that fast, and the instant TP kept him safe. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually really happy that they picked Zeus mid, because I'm ready for that hero to get nerfed. I don't know, I hate playing against him in pubs, especially if I'm playing with like lower ranked friends. Zeus is my nightmare, basically, because no matter where he goes, he always gets way too much farm and items. He starts getting these kills, and he sits way back, and he just gets an Ags, and then you have to deal with like Nimbus crap all game.
I think Nimbus is way overpowered. The hero himself is not that strong.
Okay, that's a good
He's
sign.
balanced, but
Double damage. Storm Spirit able to get the upper hand, it looks like, onto Illidan in the bottom lane. And he did it alone.
I think, did Slark use his ultimate as well? I think he did. Oh, jeez, look at that ball.
Jump in immediately, and a drop of a hat, a double kill for
that's
Pikachu.
A double damage, double dimension.
He has an arcane.
Or
ring.
double
Arcane
kill.
Rune Storm. Double with the double kill. All right.
The double dimension storm, double damage, double kill play. Yes.
Jeez, that's a quick turn of events, and that's basically the problem with Zeus as a hero, is that it's great if you don't go on him.
Roar, dodging out the pounce. They pursue. And that's all they have to spend. Oh, they will get a hold of Anscore, it looks like.
Not this time, guys.
Do manage to grab a hold of one, but I don't know if that's a big loss for Double Dimension.
I mean, Storm just killed the enemy carry, and they instantly TP mid and blew up the enemy mid hero. Like, that is such a bad sign for Spirit. Like, he's off to a good start. He's got an Oblivion Staff. He's almost got another Oblivion Staff. And it's 15 minutes. This is insane. He's going to have, like, I don't know, 17, 18-minute Orchid with Kaya and Treads.
Yeah, I love the build. Just don't go for Bloodstone, especially when you need to control heroes like Slark and Warlock. If you can just go on Warlock, kill him before the fight starts, that would be ideal.
Well, Shadowblade here on Slark. He's waiting for some backup
Ha!
here.
Yeah.
But
Pounce. Jab, 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 and he's gone.
we know Beastmaster likes to TP
Oh,
away.
you want to go on my Peacemaster, huh? Here comes
God.
Storm looking to jump on in. Lots of damage there. Illidan forced to pull out the ulti. Naga's going to pay the price.
Storm is dealing so much damage, though.
Yeah.
Slark had to ulti really early there. And that was the one benefit, is that Slark was watching them a long time. It gave Spirit more time to rotate and set up. Otherwise, that fight could have gone the opposite way if they were able to react earlier. But next Oblivion Staff pretty much finished. But we'll see if Spirit can grab a kill here mid lane.
Oh, they're going to try. Moving in with the Void, the follow-up. Chaotic Offering. Now Storm swings into action here.
Another
Gets the
double
pullback for
damage.
Illidan, but Illidan tries to Shadow Blade out. Can't make it away.
Jeez. Dude, Pikachu's owning.
He got that and the Golem, it looked like, too.
Yeah.
They're getting owned by RNG, man. These runes are winning this game for Storm. This is the third double damage rune, one more arcane rune. Now he only needs region runes for the next couple of minutes.
And the crazy thing, too, is that with the Golem, he played it perfectly. Like, he couldn't attack Illidan, but instead he just keeps using overload charges on the Golem, and it just meant that, like, Slark was permaslowed, basically. So he just sits there, keeps nuking him, uses remnants while he's invis. It's like Slark ulti doesn't do anything against Storm Spirit if Storm plays right. And now he's going to have Orchid finish. 17 minutes, 25 seconds or so, Orchid on Storm. It's crazy.
I think Slark is going to be forced to go BKB straight away this game. He can't kill him.
I mean, he's posturing up like he can, but he takes more of the damage there, and we'll have to pull off.
See where Storm goes for his first gank, I guess. Orchid is on the way. I'm sure he'll bring a teleport scroll out and then probably top. May just force the Spirit to 5-mana lot. Like, if I'm G right now, I'm unhappy. He's really far away from Yules. It's the easiest solo kill in the whole game right now, arguably. Other than Warlock, of course. That guy's real dead. But
Yeah, anyone in the crosshairs of Storm is probably not going to have a good time. He's got BKB picked up next.
this is the health perk, right, on Storm, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, super standard build.
All right, good burst fire firing forward here. Still got a minute before the Chaotic Offering.
And the other crazy thing about how far ahead Storm is it's not just about him offensively being strong, it's also a defensive thing. Like, he's actually just a split pusher now. This whole jungle is his. Super long reach. If any hero comes here by themselves, he can kill them.
Yep.
And that means that he can easily farm here safely as well. The only thing he has to be worried about is, like, either Chain Stun or Night Stalker, basically. And now he's just going to split push. So even if Beastmaster dies here, I don't think Double Dimension cares that much. Because they still haven't even killed the tier 1. Look at this. He's just slapping a tier 2. Knows that if anyone shows up, he can initiate well.
And their tower damage is really weak. This is kind of a standard build for Lash. You go 4-0-4 build, 1 point in Pulse Nova. So no points in Edict. Meanwhile, they take the bottom tower. Rock is ready in, what, 5 seconds. They want to smoke up and take a fight right now. It's going to be nighttime for the next 5 minutes straight. Almost 6.
There was the Thunder Gods coming out. Kind of reveals the fact that Double Dimension have been hibernating in the jungle side of Team Spirit, just taking over the economy on this map, as they have the biggest and mightiest warrior in the Storm Spirit.
This is
A huge threat.
pickup. Storm Spirit has a gem, Vanscore. Jakiro bought it for him, so they want to see the Slark. He has no defensive items whatsoever, and you're playing against Zeus and Slark, but they're still maintaining a really good vision because they can't play in that part of the map because the Storm Spirit's so farmed.
There's the gem going to work,
goal.
but they do get a
Oh,
goal,
the stun?
and they stun him.
Ooh.
Song has to come out to bail out Pikachu there. Could have handed over a bit of a bounty
I
and
think
a bit
if
of a net
they
worth.
got that kill, that would have been the game. You would give Slark a gem and
Yeah.
huge amount of gold on a Storm Spirit. So.
It would have been insane. But the fact that they didn't get him, it was a moment of panic for DD. But the fact that they used the Golem for that and they didn't get a successful fight, that's just amazing. So he'll heal, he'll come back to the lane, and we'll see if they can get another rotation out of it.
King R waddling down that mid lane will spot a smoke and crossing. So they'll quickly punish her for it, but now the Storm comes in for round number 2, jumping onto Illidan. They get the grab onto the Slark. He gets dropped. Beastmaster, the Cheshire Cat, rolling in, gets the roar off on the Night Stalker. Another cleanup kill there as the Lesh is finished off. Now the Storm looking for thirds. As he moves forward onto Phobos, the rest of the team swarm on in. Can him and his ridiculous move speed be able to make it away? Dodges the ice path, and that man's gone. He's fast as
so
lightning.
tanky.
Yeah.
Vanguard plus a Hood going for a Crimson Guard to mitigate the damage from Gyro's Flak Cannon, kind of a standard build on Night Stalker these days. I love how Crimson Guard had a transition to one of the most shittiest items, even though it was not changed to we need Crimson Guard every single game. And it's not just about what the item does, it's about the effect. When he pops that, what is it, like a red ball above
Yeah,
you,
that's exactly
it
what
feels
it's
like
called,
you
yep.
can't fight.
Yeah.
It's mental damage.
That might be the new Aeon disc. Like right now, people are, you know, it's pretty cool. Cool item, cool effect. And it could soon be easily abused and then something to be feared.
Great Yule's play.
Yep.
You won't be able to get the stun follow-up, but
Oh, but nice play by Pikachu. He went in and silenced the Lash, the only one who can actually stun him while he was Yuled. One step ahead.
it was the other way around. You know that, right? He jumped in Yule's, or Orchided the Lesh, was
Yes.
trying to kill the Zeus, and then Lesh Yule's the Storm in
No.
response, because that was the only way he
No,
could defend the Storm.
Zeus Yuled the Storm Spirit.
Are you
And-
sure?
Yes.
Okay. Could have been either. Both have Yule's, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Either way,
It was a
roar
good
out
Yule's.
onto onto the Night Stalker, and all right, it's just kind of to stop the approach of Spirit here. I guess Double Dimension just not happy with the positioning.
What would have been really sick is that if the Zeus did the first Yule's, the Lesh should have done the second Yule's, and then when the silence ends, boom, gem. I do like that Spirit's kind of implementing a lot. This is really what they have to do, because it's their only hope really of getting the Storm killed.
Oh, it looks like they found an opportunity to make the go onto the gyrocopter, but a song
this
comes
is
out.
good.
The rotation for the Storm. He waits. He winds up. He pitches forward, moves in. The Chaotic Offering, though, is also there, and the Fatal Bonds from FNG. He was waiting in the back. Illidan going to work, looking to get a hold of Naga. Viver in trouble from the Storm. The Storm getting
no
rocked up a
mana.
bit. He has no mana now. Ice Path there to help bail him out with a dual breath. He tries to man fight it a bit with everything he's got, but it'll still get dropped.
I think Illidan is happy with that trade.
They are going to lose their Night Stalker, the tanky one there at the end. Biver and FNG also
Jeez.
dropped. It's absolutely a huge massacre in the mid lane. Everybody but Cheshire Cat.
I don't remember seeing for a long time that 10 people died if he killed them there with Edict or Pulse Nova.
That would have been amazing.
I actually felt like that was a big misexecution by Double Dimension. The Ice Path came out too late. Those 3 heroes in a row,
Yes.
they could have landed everything on. I don't know if his Ice Path was on cooldown or what, but he was just a little bit late. and all of a sudden the fight just got sloppy. It looked like the easiest setup after the song, but that could have been a lot cleaner, and I'm sure Double Dimension's kicking themselves a little bit because they're kind of just breaking even despite the Storm advantage. But they do retain the gem at least. They win the team fight technically, and they're going to be on the map a little bit faster than their opponents. And the other great benefit is that Zeus has not been accelerating well. He's dying every fight. He's dying towards the start of the fight. He's his net worth is not looking very healthy. He's about equal to his Night Stalker, and he's a long ways away from Ags.
I love the not looking healthy.
He's looking a bit famished. He really could use a little bit more snacks.
At least Slark got 2 kills, one on the Storm Spirit, which gave him almost 700 gold, so he's gonna have a BKB for the next fight. He's under leveled. Slark level 14, 24 minutes in. That just doesn't sound right, but that's kind of a game that he has to play. He needs to be really defensive because Storm Spirit is so far ahead. The game changer will be Aghanim Scepter on Zeus, even though everyone is building towards BKB, Gyro, Storm Spirit, even Beastmaster has one queued up.
I mean, I don't blame him. Lots of magical burst here available on Spirit. In addition to the Zeus, yeah, you got your little backliner Lesh and even Warlock who can offer their share of damage. Here comes double damage though. Rotating up and through the top half of the river, looking to knock on the door of Roche and say, "What's up?" Moving in, saying, "You have a mighty fine Aegis, sir. Would you mind if I beat your ass and take it?"
Not at all.
All right then. So who takes it? Storm, I would imagine, is the no-brainer.
Yeah, especially with Gem. Easy grab here. 500 gold to BKB though. So if he has Aegis and to BKB, ooh.
Yeah, this man will never die.
Rune spawning.
That's fine. Grab 2, take top tier 1. Once they take those last 2 towers, like top tier 1 and top tier 2 maybe, I assume they can death push this with their Aegis. But take those towers and there's even more space that Storm can control.
All right, time for Spirit to put their defenses to the test here as they easily burn through tier 1, and now the tier 2 could be next.
Dies so fast. It's like at half HP already. They just got there.
Beastmaster effect. Plus a little bit of liquid fire. I believe it's only level 1, but still helps.
And it's also Aghanim Scepter on Gyro, which gives him
double
the attack.
Extra bit of hit attaction there.
Slark's at half HP already.
Oh! Roar does finally come
roar.
out, but it was a little late. Now the Thunder God jumping in Illidan, looking to put the focus onto that Beastmaster. They turn onto the Slark. He tries to hide under his Shadow Dance. Then the move in, the Chaotic Offering, going to be dropped with the Fatal Bonds.
It's time to leave.
Oh, it's a lot of damage. A sleep comes out, and they realize that they have to
Slark.
bail out. Slark, though, looking to catch and clean up if possible. Has to jump back, then reapproaches. They'll finish off King R. Pikachu should be able to jump to the high ground, but they're not letting up one bit. Tags that Shrine, tries to get additional mana, and that may be enough blue bar to get him away if necessary. Waits for the pounce, and he's good. Good and gone.
That was not good for Double Dimension, considering. Yeah, the Roar was almost good, but he got the Void off first, interrupted the animation. You have to recast it, and by the time he did, it was just the Night Stalker was very gone. And it's not even like that's the guy you want to roar either.
Yeah, you don't want to roar Night Stalker.
They roar him, they hit the backline with Storm, and they didn't even kill Warlock before he gets his ult off. Like, the Orchid just didn't last long enough. So that was, like, kind of catastrophic for DD.
And this also gave Warlock a lot of gold, level 13 as well, so he's gonna have Glimmer Cape. Not as great, and Storm has a gem, but still good survivability.
Yeah, just makes it take longer now for him to clean up the backline. And Slark was able to hit his targets, used his BKB there, did a lot of damage to the Beastmaster, sat on the backline for the song, and yeah, things didn't work out so good for DD there.
Roar on a Night Stalker again. Storm jumps in.
That's good.
The ensnare also to lock him in his spot. Crimson Guard continues to tank. Stepping from FNG. Illidan thinking about making an approach. Spots out Pikachu. Moves in with the right clicks. Illidan begins to eat a lot of damage. Forced to pop the Shadow Dance and the BKB. Tries to step off. Pounces to the low ground. Axes, Macropyre, everything to try to get a hold of that pesky little fish man, but they can't do it. He slides out and away.
They could Zeus ult, yeah.
And they do.
Yeah, it was pretty low there. He's trying to save his Aegis, but
Yeah. Good to pop it.
it was smart of him to wait a long time like that, because otherwise Zeus might, or the Storm might try to project
Dodge,
by
yeah.
ball lining it. So he waited like an abnormally long time. I'm sure he didn't feel super comfortable pressing that button, but got him. Aegis down. So either way, the tier 2 is fallen. The tier 2 top is still there, but most of the towers are gone. So big advantage for DD.
Yeah, still own most of the real estate on the map at the moment. But Spirit are fighting and seem to be getting these little openings during these fights that are certainly keeping their head afloat. Well, it felt like Storm was 50% ahead where the Slark even was. This game got certainly a lot closer here as Illidan nips at his heels. Zeus is getting up there as well too. He's only just about 2,000 away from where the gyrocopter currently resides.
He's almost got his Axe.
So he's getting up there, and his impact is certainly going to escalate once he gets that Ags online with the Nimbus power.
A lot of defensive items on both teams. Night Stalker building towards the pipe. Same goes for Naga. Crimson Guard ready. Everyone's going BKB on side of DD. I think the big game changer will be Nimbus, even though they're going to have probably 3 BKBs at that point. But they should seek a fight. Slark has a Basher, so with some RNG, he could be able to kill the Storm Spirit if he goes in.
Well, here comes double damage knocking at that top tier 2 again. This time they will be able to finish it. And that removes all outer towers from Team Spirit's side. So they're going to be playing from in the dark. Looks like they did take the time to kind of move through and get some defensive vision down to at least see if anyone from double damage side could make an approach onto their turf.
Double damage side, you say?
Oh, sorry, double dimension
Might
side.
as well call him that. It's like they've had a
That's
few.
the Storm
Yeah.
Spirit. Espada.
Espada.
Waiting for their next opponent.
King R moving in, and Snare, Pikachu both going to go ahead and make the jump. They go ahead and pop the Crimson Guard. It's 3-on-2 numbers, but they do manage to get the Naga down. Can they at least return one? Yes.
Don't try to kill. It's going to take
No.
8 hits, fan score. It's
He's
stupid.
like, I'm
but
good. I'm good. Runs out the other way.
I think it needs to be 6 for range heroes. 8 is like insane. That's like forever for a single hero.
Yeah.
Why does it even have
Chikiro.
16 HP? Why doesn't he just have 8?
Because creep damage deals 1, heroes deal 2 res ranged. But if you're melee, you deal 4. That's why. But it needs to have less for range heroes. Range heroes need to do like 3 damage instead of 2 or something. I don't know.
But what if it has 8 and then the creeps deal half of the damage?
How do you take half of 1 HP damage?
0.5 damage.
I don't know if that works. I'm not
Technology
sure. I
may
don't know
not be there. All right, well, they just obliterated the Beastmaster. Seriously thought it was an illusion. He just died so quick. Oh, nice jump back. Pikachu committing in pretty deep.
grabs Slark.
Does spot Illidan,
he's
pulls
dead.
him right back inside into the deep part of the Macro Pyre. Here comes the counterplay with the Chaotic Offering, but is it going to be good enough? Fatal Bonds is out, but they flex off with their magic immunity. A jump on the FNG, and they take that Warlock right out of here.
Zeus now too.
Zeus should be next. They're going to put their foot on his throat and make him kiss his little piggy.
Dude, that was such a sick play from Pikachu there. Like, he absolutely won that fight. He found the moment. They saw the Slark. He gets the Orchid off. No Dark Pack, no ulti. And I think the Slark used BKB when killing
Yes.
Beastmaster. So, like, he read that fight perfectly. And as soon as he was dead, they hesitated for, like, 4 or 5 seconds there. But as they were chasing, they finally realized, like, all right, it's time to go in, guys. They have a dead Slark. They had a dead Warlock. Go for the kill. Like, pick up the Zeus, pick up the other heroes. And he cleaned up really good.
That might have been the fight we talk about at the end of the game where we felt like it was really over for Team Spirit. But I don't want to jump to too far conclusions, but a pretty significant one right there.
It wasn't like a game closer or anything, but it was a big tempo
Yeah.
change here.
Definitely
that kill.
stunted potentially further growth from Spirit if they can't find new openings. Okay, they want this. Illidan's coming in.
Oh, counters Clarity Potion.
It's running. Running.
That's why you buy Tranquils on Jakiro, dude. If that was Arcanes, this guy would have died like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, the
Alright.
extra movement speed just keeping him alive.
So important. And against a Zeus. Like, Tranquils against Zeus feels mandatory a lot of time. I'm curious which item did Gyro buy after his BKB here?
I'm going Maelstrom, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Clarity, interesting.
Yeah.
Very good with eggs. You just shoot mana at people. I think the Maelstrom's pretty good though. There's a lot of heroes that just subtly damage in the fight. You farm super fast. Maybe what does he buy afterwards? Maybe like
Probably Satanic, I guess, just to keep him alive.
Who had that?
But he might go for
Jump in.
Butter, maybe.
oh, they got Slark. No BKB.
Yes.
Oh man, they got him.
Wow.
Chain
And they're
stun.
focusing the Nimbus and they take it out right away.
And they have a Beast Smash, so they can kill Nimbus.
Ooh.
Man, I wish Zeus stomped this game because now he's not going to get nerfed. He doesn't even look strong. I mean, he's against the Storm, but Storm actually does make this so much more straightforward against Zeus.
Does Side Gunner work against Nimbus?
It should, I think. Yes.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
But does it deal 2 damage?
It should.
Is Nimbus considered a creep? Or is the side gunner considered a creep controlled?
This looks like a Dead Night Stalker.
Yep, it is. Still no Slark either. He does have a buyback now, but at 20 seconds, I don't know if they want to pull the trigger on it or not, especially now that they lost their Night Stalker friend.
They're playing this game so safe. Well, okay, they're going to stick.
Oh,
with
three-man stun. Into mechanic offering. And that's where you want to buy back and rush into action, I guess, but Song does come out.
He's got to be careful. He's going to get bolted again. He messed
Oh,
up.
yep, he's hit. That should be the end of Naga there.
And upheaval the whole time.
This is so sick, bro. Upheaval plus Nimbus.
Storm's going in. Oh no, never mind.
They
This
didn't
game
even
is still
manage to
not
finish tier
over.
3.
Like, their BKBs are dropping on side of DD, and well, he gets the haste rune. What is it? 9 seconds. That's not really low on Gyro. Storm Spirit 1 is 6 seconds. Beastmaster, full 10-second duration. So I'm actually really wrong.
There just hasn't been a crazy amount of fights since they got the BKBs. There actually was quite a bit of a lull until that one fight. Bounty runes all over here. Picked up mostly from Spirit's side, it looks like. Could help a bit, but still looking pretty.
Oh, he's going to go Halberd on Gyro. That's interesting. Oh, because you can disassemble for Butterfly, right?
I saw someone do that, right?
Yeah,
he went
someone did it the
for,
other
but
day.
yeah, but he made Heaven's Halberd as his, what, second item, which was really great.
Yeah,
Then disassembled really late and made SNY and Butter.
Did he do it before Ags too?
I think so.
I think
yeah.
he did. Yeah, but I saw somebody use it the other day. They got it on Naga, and they just kept using it on the ranged core.
He
Do you know?
changed it. I really didn't like it in this game. And I feel like Slark needs a Lincoln Sphere against the Roar, or just to block one of the spells from Storm Spirit.
It's gonna
or
go.
Orchid. Yeah.
It's gonna go Mjolnir first. Okay. Not the biggest fan, but the bounce range is massive. Actually, the bounce range is the same for both Maelstrom and Mjolnir now. It just bounces way more times, I think is how it works. Which potentially could be good.
They
And
have
approach
two-
into the pit.
Yeah, 2 really good defensive items. Now, Eon Disc on Lash and Zeus, so that means Storm Spirit can't go in. They're keeping them really low. Nicely placed Nimbus.
Yes, it is. Right on the curb. Movement. BKB. A roar catch.
Oh, no, that ain't.
And the Zeus, with that Aeon Disc, is able to flux it. Move it back and away. Gets to the high ground. Wants to burst from below. Macropyre right up through that choke point. And Storm is going to be able to move on in and get that cleanup onto Illidan.
It looked really
Illidan-
decent.
Yeah, Illidan has a buyback, so he can buy back and try to go for a Roche. That's going to be really valuable.
The cool part was that at the same time that DD went in, Illidan also hit the back line. Are they going to steal this?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't think that Double Dimension can answer for this.
I mean, they just sat there waiting for the shrine, basically.
Oh, bummer.
But basically, they roared and went in, and as Storm jumped in to kill the Zeus, Zeus looked super dead, but Kingar was defending himself with Song of the Siren against the Slark. So it offset their ability to kill Zeus. Zeus stays alive, and the whole fight gets weird.
Yeah, because they have 2 Eon Discs, so he can't go on a Night Stalker because he's extremely tanky. The only one who he can kill right now
Even Lesh
is,
has an Aeon Disc.
Yeah.
And
It's
he's not
pretty much
easy
Warlock.
either. Only Warlock, and Warlock doesn't have a rock anymore, so he's just a non-moving upheaval turret. Now, Macropyre out, Vanscore getting punched in the backside by the Golem, who gets the finish.
Well, Vanscore could have just ice pathed the other guy. I don't know. He went for the Lesh instead, but This game just got real weird.
And now Warlock is level 20 because of the XP talent. Even if Storm decides to go on him, that's kind of suicidal as well.
Oh my
If he drops the rock,
Yeah.
one bash from Slark, you're dead. You probably need to commit with the BKB, and his BKB is low right now.
Is that drop instant? Like if Storm jumps in, blows up the Warlock, he can't jump back before the rock connects? Or is the rock like instant
Depends.
connect on death?
If he throws the overload attack and then starts ball lightning before it hits,
Ah.
you could do something like that, like
Okay.
delay the kill or drop a remnant and ball away, for example.
Biver
in.
going to be able to get that finish onto King R.
Yes.
And they quickly trade it out. Rolling on through.
They're also scared to fight. Like they're playing this the smart way, but it's kind of curious to watch. It's like because they know that if they don't jump on a guy, that they have to deal with lightning bolts and Nimbus and Slark chasing them down. So they're kind of playing this like hit and run kind of style in DD right now. Joe's got to be careful here.
Slardar and Night Stalker are hunters in the night for real. Oh, jumped in, tried to get a hold of Gyrocopter, have to settle for the advance score.
Still might die.
Gyrocopter,
almost
where
gets
is he?
him.
Oh my god,
How
he
far
walked right through a
until
Nimbus.
Zeus ulti?
60 seconds.
Okay.
Too long, too far.
Mission Devassa took the suspense away. But
Let me check him out.
Gyro's having a lot of trouble staying alive. Again, Gyro versus Zeus. It's not fun.
Yeah, he's got a BKB, but 2k life doesn't seem like a crazy amount.
And Slark gets on top of him every single time, just so he can pop the BKB.
I would argue that Mjolnir is a big mistake here, to be honest. I don't think it's been very useful. Like, it's a 3,000 gold upgrade to increase the bounce amounts, but it's like he needs like a Satanic or something. He needs sustain basically, and Lifesteal is like the only good way to do that against a Zeus. Well, it's not even good against Zeus is the other problem. It's not very good against Slark. It's just kind of weird. Is this a solo kill?
He's going for the solo takedown of
BKB,
Illidan. Illidan, though, now has the BKB and some HP. Oh.
That jerk. Did he
Got
interrupt the TP by any chance?
Oh, he's chasing him.
Runes are spawning.
Oh, he's chasing him.
He's going
He
in.
sees him.
Ooh, bounty, though. Still going. Low mana. Has to pop BKB. Well,
He wants to go. They both forcing each other's BKBs out, essentially.
yeah. Pretty sure he's at 5. So it is what it is.
What do we have? One ward on the map, if I'm not mistaken.
This one? Well, one for double dimension.
I see only one ward. Okay,
I see
two
it.
wards.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Storm's been dewarding. Is one thing. He's got a gem. And Slark's also probably dewarding. And, yeah. I have a feeling he interrupted the Storm TP. I'm not 100%, but... Because when he got Nimbus top, he had one empty item slot. It was like he had swapped the TP in or something. I'm not sure, though.
It's possible.
Which is was kind of a cool play. Wasted BKB charge, basically. It's a really close game.
Yeah, it is. Here, Thunder Gods comes out. Kind of provide that bit of information on what the hell Double Dimension are up to. And they are playing this one a bit more reserved. You can definitely feel that they've been forced to kind of pull back a bit from their aggressive position they were in once Storm kind of reached that first initial peak. There's where the Storm Spirit was at his best. And here's where we are now.
It's been a lot of Aeon discs since then.
Yep.
So that makes it hard for them to find the right openings.
Yeah, durability is just starting to bulk up a bit here for Spirit's side.
I like the Halberd on Beastmaster, though. It's a great item versus Slark. You can't dispel the disarm. It only lasts for 3.5 seconds against melee, but it is an option.
Oh, Abyssal. And they're going to follow Chaotic Offering. They burst down the Storm. Storm does have a buyback. Are they going to just run? They are going to run. They don't want to have to force out the buyback right now.
Aegis is gone. And so who has a gem?
Looks like
Zeus picked it up.
Just picked it up.
Yeah, nicely timed. He used Abyssal Blade, and I think he scored one bash, plus a rock drop just to keep him in place. Plus, there was also a Lash follow-up stun. This is not looking good for the Dire team right now. Even though the network lead is only 1k. Doesn't mean at all at this point, but Gyro item build.
He'd have a Satanic finish right now.
Yes.
Like, the Mjolnir was really not worth it. It just... He doesn't need the attack speed that much. I don't think he really needs the active too much either. Like, just needed to become survivable enough, and BKB just doesn't work well enough against you. It's such a small window. It's only good if you're like taking a fight and winning the fight. That's it. If it's anything like longer than 5 to 10 seconds, then BKB is not going to give you enough sustain against Zeus.
And Night Stalker just hit level 20, so the extra damage coming out from his talent plus 50, and he has a nullifier. Night Stalker, I think Night Stalker deals most of the damage in the fight if we exclude Zeus. He deals more right-click damage than Slark.
There's no way. There's no way.
What?
That he deals more right-click damage than Slark? Come on.
Night Stalker?
Yeah, there's no way. Come on.
He has, what, almost 300 damage on Night Stalker.
Really? Is that high?
He does
Nice
have
one. Okay,
pretty
okay.
much 280. And Slark has, yeah,
But he steals 3 every attack.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah, but what if Night Stalker gets to
And
level
Dark
25?
Dude,
And
Dark Pack goes off
if
and
you
does
consider the-
450 AoE damage.
Consider the attacks per second as well. It's true DPS.
There's no way you're right on this one.
Now you're talking about spell damage perks. We are now talking about Dark Pact, AoE, 550.
Oh, is Kunkka the best damage hero in the game? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah. Phantom Assassin. Well, she crits, but... I see your point, though. It's definitely pretty respectable right-click. The Nullifier definitely pushes it into an interesting place. He went for the damage perk over the movement speed at 20, so... Yeah, we're in a... It's a whole new territory for Night Stalker here.
And Spirit pretty much holding control of the map here. Maybe even just timing things out, going for the safer play while waiting for the Roche to come back, which may respawn in about 25 seconds time. Got to be careful of the stragglers here. Radiant scan. Oh, they see
Oh,
Cheshire and
God.
the Nimbus, which is just the casual global TP cancel. Now forces Beastmaster to reenact a scene from The Fugitive.
I'm disappointed. Like, that just feels unfair to me, honestly. I don't know what it is, but... That guy deserved to get out, in my opinion. Is what it feels like.
So we're back
Nimbus,
to
man.
Zeus being nerfed.
I don't know. That felt real broken, man. Nimbus is real good. Maybe like
He is a god.
all right. Here's another compromise. Nimbus lightning bolt doesn't stun.
Can they get this Night Stalker down? He's so big and bad. Oh man, I don't know. Chaotic Offering coming out with the Fatal Bonds in the upheaval, and Dire are suddenly feeling a bit sticky.
That guy's so hard to kill.
They just can't. They just can't. They're just forget it. They will get the Golem, but that was like a full team swarming, and the Batman just shrugs him off.
They're still trying to kill the Night Stalker. They're not gonna do it. Even if they do, he still has a buyback.
It's just the only target's Warlock, and FNG is.
He's also really
He's
hard
got
to
the
kill.
he's got the positioning.
Lotus Orb, almost level 25 on Warlock.
I thought his golem was already hard to kill. I was like, is that guy 25 already? Like, the storm hit him a little bit.
Almost.
Did almost nothing. Whoa. You know what build I think Gyro maybe should have gone this game was like Deso Satanic. If that's too crazy. I don't know, but
I don't remember seeing this, so...
it's like lasers. It looks real cool. But I don't think I've ever felt serious about it. But this game, there's a lot of low armor heroes on the enemy team this game. I feel like it could have been potentially good. He would have killed the golems faster. Maybe.
That's Zeus for sure.
Yeah, Zeus would have gone shredded.
Flexing only 9.
It's like a good solution for all these Aeon discs, basically. It's like, who cares about these small windows where they're survivable? I'm still just going to, like, roll in and deal tons of damage. And it makes Satanic win. I don't know.
Dude, check out that Macropyre from Fanscore.
He has
That's a pretty good
cheese.
Macropyre.
Lays it out. Night Stalker.
Cheese.
Getting torched up. Can't get it off. That's a gem on the deck. And
not
maybe
sure.
an opportunity for Double Dimension to move in and go for the opening. Illidan, though, makes a newer approach.
Satanic?
Oh my
Heavy
god.
damage onto the
Oh, he's got it.
gyro.
He's got
Gyro's
it.
able to get it off in time.
Maybe.
He's fighting forward, and he's going to be able to live on. Oh, Double Dimension.
Oh
Get
my God.
exactly what they need, and 3 buybacks, count them, 3, are going to be forced out from Team Spirit now.
They
It would be a
finally have it.
different story if Night Stalker could use cheese right there. Can you
Yep.
can you rewind a little bit?
No, I'm in lobby. I'm
You're in
sorry.
lobby- oh.
No,
It
no
was
rewind capability.
so close, dude. That missile got there just in time.
Yeah. That's actually unreal.
That's crazy to think. Yeah, it would have been completely different in that team fight, but
But that Macropyre, bro.
that was genuinely a very useful. That was like a 10-second Macropyre or something. That was full damage, dude.
No, it was great. It was good. the ridiculous amount of CC.
And Satanic finally pulling into the game, you could really see the difference. If
Yeah.
that was no Satanic, Gyro runs for his life, they disengage, nothing else happens.
Yep.
But they take a little bit of ground from that.
Regen about to get spotted from Naga. Storm can jump up and then jump over for it. No, Naga's just going to grab it before someone else does, it looks like. All right, real close to 25 now for FNG. They may even just wait for it before they make their next move. Who else is getting there? We've got still 24 on our Slark friend. Night Stalker 21. And that leaves Alesh also 21. Like the value plate mail there. Long jump.
Ooh. He has a nullifier on Storm, so he can kill Slark with his combo, nullifier plus silence.
It's been a long time since I played against Storm Nullifier, but I remember when I did, it was not fun. Because he could just gap close so far that if you don't play well, he just instantly disables you, and you're just done. Nullifier Orchid Man's the son of doom, as OD Pixel calls it.
Son of Doom. Poor man's Doom, really, yeah.
I don't know why he says son. It's kind of weird, but I understand what it means.
Yeah, but when you play Storm Spirit with the nullifier, you need to use nullifier when? I'm not sure. Do you just use it right away while you're flying, or do you need to use it when you're
Rock?
close because of the
Oh, if he
projectile?
dropped the rock the first time right inside the pit, he may have been able to catch 4, but they're going to have to settle for the 1. The Song counterplay, the BKBs, if they fight it on in. The Storm gets the Aegis. It was going to be the Radiant who get the last hit, but Illidan fights right forward and through them.
Is he Satanicing?
And that's going to be the Aegis down. He does manage to get up Satanic. Is going to be going and trucking on in and gets it down. Biver on the outside. Also going to get dropped right here. Double Dimension. Crumbling a bit. Fighting
nice
in.
sucker.
Buyback from Jakiro and company. As they try to make chase onto G, Pikachu wants to go for the finish. FNG can't offer a whole lot to stop him. Forced to heals up. They'll eventually bring him down. Now Phobos stepping in. One more right click.
Jeez, he can't use it.
Yeah.
He's nullified.
The Nullify prevents him from getting the sustain out, and more buybacks will begin to trickle in. Night Stalker now under the focus. Again, still very, very tanky. Here comes trouble. It's Pikachu all the way to the back. That's going to force out the new rock drop, a gem on the ground. A buyback forced from the Warlock, but he is the only man left for Team Spirit. Double Dimension chewing through everything they have and have earned the GG call.
Ooh. Dude, that ball was so sick. Came out of nowhere, and I was like, dude, he missed the fight. Where did he click? And all of a sudden, boom, just nails the backline.
Woo! Going to game 3.
Those last 2 fights were so close, actually, and all of a sudden, 2 fights, game's over.
If he could have used the cheese right there, he would have lived. And they wouldn't need to use the buybacks on 2, maybe even 3 of their heroes. They could have gone for a Roche more easily. So it's all about these little things.
Slark almost killed Storm in the Roche pit. Gyro barely fought out with the Satanic. It was...
That's rough for Spirit, too, because the game for the first half of the game was pretty much all Double Dimension. The Storm came online. He was just crushing them. And Spirit did find ways to just rack in the kills. They were bringing it back. And then, just, oh, well, we needed a second, one more second, a half second here. We needed a half second there. And suddenly it's gone.
I felt like Storm was just too good of a hero that game. Like, they were forced into all these Aeon Discs, and it made the game hard for Storm, but eventually you just had this, like, late game hero abuse thing where no matter what happens, like, Storm can make better, faster decisions than a Slark can. Slark has to, like, Shadow Blade and walk into things. Storm's just like, oh, here's an opportunity, and he takes advantage of it.
And also the early gem pickup on Storm Spirit, I mean, by Jakiro and giving him to the Storm Spirit was really valuable. They get rid of a lot of vision, and they can always see the Slark in a team fight. So kind of hard to play against that when you have a Slark.
Yeah, he was snowballing like crazy. Got that Kaya done at 12 minutes, and then led up by the Orchid at about 17. Quite ridiculous. All right, hype stuff. We're going to be going to game 3. We have Double Dimension versus Team Spirit. Going to be coming right up. Winner moves on. Loser, TI Dreams over. For Lacoste and Purge, I'm Dakota, and we'll be back for more game 3 action.